Welcome to Cook. I'm Chef Judd Cervidio, author of The Elite Eat. Today we'll be making escabeche with red snapper. This is a dish that's playful. You can create, whether you put it in a sardine can or whether you use a different fish. Cooking should be fun, and this dish screams fun. So really there's a two-part process to this recipe. One is making the escabeche, which is really just a fancy name for a brine or a pickle. And then you marinate that over the fish. And that's really all there is to this recipe. For the ingredients, we'll need olive oil, sherry vinegar, chopped dill, capers, red onions, jalapenos, and bell peppers. Normally in a Spanish dish, a lot of times you would sear a piece of fish and then the marinade would go over top and it would sit for a matter of hours. This is a little bit quicker version. I'm using fresh red snapper. I'm slicing it thin and then throwing the marinade over top. So we're gonna skip the searing process of the fish and go right into the marinade. So to make the escabeche, we're gonna put all the ingredients into a bowl. We're gonna heat up our olive oil and our vinegar and we're gonna pour it over top so it can marinate. So let's put in the ingredients. We have the capers, we have the red onions, the jalapenos, and the bell peppers, and the chopped dill. That's all gonna go in there. Meanwhile, we're gonna take our olive oil and our vinegar and we're gonna warm it up gently. We want the oil to heat up in the vinegar, and that will, in essence, brine the vegetables, or our escabeche. So we have our olive oil here, and we have our sherry vinegar, and we're simply gonna bring that up to temperature so it gets warm. We're gonna put a teaspoon of salt into the mix so it's well seasoned. Everything has to be properly seasoned. Nobody likes to eat bland food, so we don't want to cook bland food, okay? So the olive oil is heating up. While that's heating up, we're gonna take our fresh red snapper. It's local, it's fresh, it's reasonably priced, and it's delicious. We're simply gonna take it and place it on our cutting board. So you have a sharp boning knife, okay? You want to start at the bottom of the boning knife, and in one clean motion, you want to slice that fish, okay? You start at the end of the knife, one clean slice, okay? This is something that you would typically see in a sushi house. Again, this is my version. A lot of times in a Spanish recipe, they might sear this fish to a medium rare and then marinate it. And you can do that as well, but I like the raw preparation in this recipe. So our olive oil has heated up, and we're just gonna simply pour the marinade over the vegetables. Okay, and you want to give it a good stir. Now typically you would want to let this sit for a while and marinate. The longer the better. It's good to let it sit for at least 3 to 4 hours, but if you want to wait 24 hours and do this a day in advance to get ready for your recipe, then that's perfect. So to present it in a unique style, I'm going to present it in a sardine can. You take your red snapper slices, you can lay them out flat. Okay, we want to season them with a little salt. I know our marinade has salt, but each component of a dish needs to be seasoned. You can't have bland fish with a seasoned product. You gotta both have seasoning. So we're just gonna take a little salt and we're gonna season each slice. Okay, and we're just gonna see how this is a long slice here? We just want to take the bottom and kind of curl it under. Okay, we're gonna place that in there. Again, take the long slice, we're gonna curl it under and place it on top. We want a nice, neat, uniform presentation. So we're gonna curl You can give them 4 or 5 slices. Again, this is a nice starter, a nice way to start off a meal. And it's light and refreshing. Okay, so now we want to fill it with our brine. Okay, our escabeche. Okay, we simply want to spoon over the top of the fish, and we want to go heavy on the marinade, heavy on the vegetable. This is bright, this is refreshing, it's got a little bit of spice, a little bit of acid, and it's something that anyone who loves fresh fish will really enjoy. We're gonna finish the dish with a little bit of dill on top. Okay, we have to make it look good. We eat with our eyes first and then our stomachs. So it's always gotta taste good, but we need to make sure that it looks good as well. So we have some microgreens here, just for a little color. And we wanna wipe up our dish if anything's spilled. So there you have it, red snapper escabeche. I hope you enjoyed making red snapper escabeche with me. Thank you for watching Cooked on Rockflix 3D. See you next dish.